right? So if you want to be treated presentable, dress presentable. Even though, because there's a lot of nuance to this conversation. Because if you want to be approach presentably, dress presentably. But at the same time, you dressing a little bit more provocative should not mean you get disrespected or you get assaulted or you get, you know what I mean, chastised. To me personally, it does not mean that. So that's how I feel about it. When it comes to Shaq, I don't know if Shaq was trying to just give advice for real and money wise of what she can do, or if it was creepy. Like I said, I think that she's already doing it for free. She's all over the internet in that outfit, in multiple outfits, sexualizing herself for free. It may be sometimes for a bag. So when somebody else tells you that, why now is it a frenzy? Doesn't make any sense to me. What I will say though is there's a lot of men, just only pushing the money narrative. Well, Shaq was trying to just give her money or trying to get her to, or give her an idea to make more money. Shaq didn't mean no harm. You know what I mean? Whatever the case is. And I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I 100% call cap. Um, I think that men, some older men, especially men like Shaq who are hyper successful, have had a lot of things and achievements in life. I don't think that sometimes they realize the age that they are. Me personally, because even though you have notoriety, fame, and success, I think a lot of famous people peak at a certain age, maybe at the height of their career. So I think Shaq, for instance, if you go from being 18, 19, 20, whatever, and you're always praised and you're always famous and you always have a whole bunch of girls, you don't ever really think about your age because nobody's making that a topic of conversation because you have money, fame, and success. So I think a lot of these guys forget that they are older because of the environment they live in. So they're living like a younger guy until they die. So they don't necessarily feel young. And then also I think that they think that due to the women that they deal with all the time, that every woman might surpass or look past the age due to money, fame, and success and notoriety. But that's not always the case, right? And so I think that in Shaq's position, the reason why I'm saying is cap is because he's literally called her like, this is like a daughter to me. He's walked around on senior night. Yes, he's still a man. Yes, he still has eyes. Yes, he can still get aroused. But would you say that to your daughter, point blank? This is the problem that I have with niggas. And so this is not common. I mean, this is not uncommon because niggas like to best friend, sister, daughter their way into some pussy. Let's keep it 100. You see men do it all the time. This is my bestie, but he really want to fuck. This is my sister, but he really wants to fuck. Older dude, this is like a daughter to me. He really wants to fuck. So you see older men and men in general use these ploys constantly to get vagina. So that's nothing new under the sun. So even though again he called her his daughter, she should understand that that doesn't necessarily mean he really views her that way. Now, why that's fucked up is because as a woman, and I'm not a woman, but I feel like she should be able to take your word as bond. So if Shaq says, "Hey, Angel, you're like a daughter to me," she should be able to take that word as bond and not even have to question that it would be broken. See, and when you're telling a woman that she's like a daughter to you, and then you're going and you're saying things like that, you're not only blurring the lines because she thought that she was like a daughter to you, and she, you know what I mean? Due to that, she didn't think you would look at her that way. So not only are you blurring the lines, but you're breaking trust. You're creating trauma. You're making somebody feel uncomfortable. Because if I'm a woman and I'm 20 something years old and I see you 50 years old and I'm not attracted to you whatsoever, and when I meet you, it's for mentorship and to, you know what I mean, help me, walk me out on my senior night, and you say, hey, I'm one of the best players the NBA's ever had, I feel like you're a daughter to me. I'm under the impression the whole entire time that that is how you view me, whether or not you're a man, right? So at some point, the sexual attraction has to be delayed and has to be put to the side for morals and respect. Like if I tell a girl you're like a daughter to me, I'm not gonna then turn around and try to fuck her. Some niggas will do that. Those niggas are weird to me. When you start doing the sister, daughter, best friend plays to fuck, you're weird. Just try to fuck. Don't try to do all that because again, you guys are putting these women under false pretenses that you guys are actually there for to better her life. You're actually there to care about what she says and hear her out. When in reality, you're only there to fuck. And at our big age, what is the point of leading somebody down that path if that's all you want is something sexual, or that's all you see them as is something sexual? So I think Shaq was wrong in this instance, and I think he broke her trust in this instance. And I think that while Angel Reese should understand that most niggas are like this, it sucks that we live in a world where women have to think that. As a woman, you shouldn't have to think, hey, does this guy have other intentions with me? Or is he really trying to be like a father figure? Or does he really want to fuck? That's crazy to me. You shouldn't have to question that in these relationships with men. And I think men have to do a better job at being more straight up. If you want to hit, hit. If you say somebody's like a daughter to you, then act that way. Give her that love and that care. Don't blur the lines like that and be sick. Because again, if I'm under the pretense that this is what this is, then I'm not expecting that. So I think Shaq is 100% wrong, man. Y'all gotta at some point understand that you can't just say whatever to people, especially the opposite sex, and think that, oh, it's just cool, it just is what it is. Because I didn't mean it that way, but you don't know if she took it that way, and you on her show. So obviously she was uncomfortable. She said it, and yes, she walks around and she sexualizes herself. That don't mean y'all sexualize her.